Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Dastardly Easy DMing. I am your host, Joey, and yes, as we have gone visual, I am now here, and you can spot me, and I'm here with Antonio, my co host.
Hey guys, always good to be here. And yes, you can see my beautiful visage now. Oh God, no.
Yeah,
Te- Obviously kidding, guys. But no, happy to be here as always. And Joe, I think we got a good one today. You told me it's gonna be a pretty chonky one. It
it
might be a
is.
two-parter, guys.
It is a two-part story, and I'm very excited about it. We haven't had one on DED for a while. Not since I know that primarily one of our bigger ones has been the Tales of Iris, which was
Mm-hmm.
from our friends that we've had on here a few times. And so I'm definitely really excited to get into this one because it's been far too long. And with
Agreed.
that, I just want to say, Antonio, leading into that, don't forget just a word from our
A
sponsors and
quick word, a
ourselves.
small, minute word. Truly, guys, it would just
Not
be
even
like
a
a
full
minute.
word.
Yeah,
We
it
don't
would just
even
be like half a
endless
word.
babbling. Speaking of nothing. Anyway, quick word from our sponsors. Bad DMs and players sucking out all of your energy? Why not re-energize yourself with a Dubby energy drink? With its non-jitter coffee fruit extract, it's there to revitalize you whenever you need it. I'm gonna straight up say I love the mystery flavor. It's one of my personal favorites. I order it every single time, and honestly, way too often. So, if a delicious drink to hype up your day is what you're kind of looking for, then please go check out dubby.gg, which is going to be dubby.gg, and use our code Patchwork Games, all one word. That's PATCHWERK Games for a 10% discount. And I promise you that Dubby Energy is done me right, and I love it every single time. Also, if you want more content from us, please feel free to sub over on our Patreon. Aiming for September this year, we'll have some shirts and other merch available for you guys in case you want to go check that out. Really excited for everything that's going on in that respect. Thanks for everyone's support, and you guys can go check us out over on patreon.com/patchworkgames. And if any of this interests you, all the links are in our description, and you can go check that out now. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, thank you for those of you that listened to that, and those of you that didn't, shame on you. How dare you? I'm just kidding. No, thank you guys so much. If you guys did watch it, or you just skipped through on the progress bar all the way to here, we are back and we are ready to get back into this story. I'm super excited about this one, like I said, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the tagline,
Hit us
Antonio.
with the tag, Joe. What is it?
This one is The Story of Doug, Part 1.
Okay, I'm not, Joe, not to compare things, but Tales of Iris has a little bit better of a ring to it, if I'm going to be honest with you, Joe.
You're
Just a
right.
little
The
bit
Tales
better.
of Iris does have a better ring
I
to it,
mean,
but
to be fair, Iris, Doug, I mean, one sounds
how
clearly more.
intricate can you be with the name Doug?
I guess we're about to find out.
Just saying. I mean, I've known a lot of Dougs in my life, and
I know a couple were assholes, but I've known a few.
that's what I'm saying. But let's go ahead and get right into this one. I'm really excited about this one, so without further ado, this is the story of the campaign that made me want to quit TTRPGs altogether.
Oh, shit.
A couple years ago, I was invited by a friend of mine to join a D&D campaign that a friend of his was setting up. We're getting some friendception here.
No kidding. Friend within a friend.
Yeah. The setting was some far-off realm that had been caught in a crossfire of a civil war between being so powerful they were basically gods. Okay, so Marvel's Civil War is going
Yep, that's what I'm gathering from it, yeah.
on. Immediately, I was like picturing the fucking
Fucking
the
Hulk,
Captain America
Captain
versus
America. There you go.
Iron
Iron
Man
Man.
part. Yeah.
Yep.
But the party was a group of all clerics that had come from across the realms and faraway lands to retrieve something on behalf of their deity, only to find themselves bound together in a quest to stop the big bad evil guy from reawakening these titan like super weapons that had been hidden away at the end of the Heavenly Civil War. Along the way, each of us were supposed to find our holy MacGuffins, which would, in some way or another, help us in defeating this big bad evil guy. So
Okay.
here's the cast, since we were all clerics, obviously using fake names to try and delineate between us. Which, right off the bat, first paragraph.
All
Antonio.
clerics.
Yeah,
All clerics.
that
That
I was just gonna
immediately
say
stood
that.
out to me. Like,
Just
you
gonna
didn't have
say.
to say anything. The moment I heard all clerics, I'm like, that is a very bold choice going all cleric party. Like,
I was gonna say like,
alright? Like...
yeah. Somebody goes to get hit and they get smacked by a demon. That they're paced on a wall at
Yeah,
that
no,
point.
like yeah, because like okay. To be fair, Joe, I never really delved super deep into clerics. I don't know how non-squishy they could be, but my first thought is this is gonna be a group that just isn't gonna do well with like up close and personal
I will
encounters.
say, the nice part about all clerics is that for a while you have infinite healing, right? So
Right,
like,
right.
if you can take that paste on the wall hit, and then all of your friends get together their turn to start healing. I don't know
Right.
if that would just frustrate the enemy enough to make them leave or not, but
I just
dude, I
Dale, I
keep
keep
killing it. I
I
keep
keep
killing it.
he keeps coming back, Dale. What do you want me to do? I slaughtered this guy 30 times, Dale. 30. He keeps coming back.
He keeps going back, and for some reason they don't heal his eye. It's still a black eye. I don't know what to do. It's got a scare in me. But yeah,
Oh my
it's an
god.
interesting choice, and like, okay, like maybe it's a story driven choice, like maybe that's
It
just
could
like
be. It could be.
like the DM being like, oh hey, like let's just play an all cleric and I'll make a thing around it or whatnot. Like, be kind of interesting, kind of interesting.
I could see the possibility of being interesting as long as
It's
the
not something
DM.
that's like screaming out to me though. Yet it's just
No, it's not. But yeah, like I just obviously the players got together and talked about this beforehand because you're not gonna
they
go all
had
cleric.
to. They
You're
had
not gonna, you're not by chance gonna go all cleric group. I could maybe
I was
see
gonna say
two or
Reemergence,
three,
all
but
Grandma Goblin group. I need it at least once in my life.
I mean, here's the thing with our game though. Like, you can go like as far as races goes. Obviously, you can go whatever race you want, and then just make up your character how you want, right? Like, there's
Doesn't
definitely
matter, yeah.
but yeah, no, all Grim and Goblin group would be pretty fun to play. I'm not even gonna lie on that. I'd be very curious to see it. But okay, we're getting off track here just a
And
little
that
bit.
leads us right into another ad. I'm just
And
kidding.
right to the
but this
Oh,
first part of the
God.
story, I don't think really screams anything
Mm,
terrible for
mm.
me at the moment. I think it's an interesting choice, and I actually do
Yeah.
think that this like story is interesting. Because
Mm.
like you really, it's giving me like a Greek god quest type deal.
I don't hate that. I think that
And
could be
I
fun.
think it's pretty fun. It's a pretty
Yeah.
fun premise.
Hmm.
But let's go ahead and get into our wonderful cast of characters here.
Yes, please.
Quote the OP is a high school teacher, relatively new to role playing games, playing a
Okay.
half elf grave domain cleric
Okay.
of the. I
Joe.
have no idea how to say that.
Yeah, just sound it out, Joe. Just sound it out.
Sahanin Moonbow, who is sent to
Sounds close
find
enough.
a monocle called the Undertaker's Eye. Okay, but the Undertaker was like my favorite when I was a kid.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the the Undertaker. There, I'm just saying, Joe. All right, who's our next
The
victim
second
here?
character here is Rick, a former teacher turned police officer.
Ooh.
Says a lot about our school's quote, which was kind of interesting tidbit.
Yeah.
That got me into the RPG settings. Playing an older dwarf order domain cleric of Tyr, sent to find the armor of judgment.
Okay.
And then there
Alright.
is our third is Kit. Not actually sure what Kit does for a living, but it involves working from home. She was our DM slash host.
Okay.
And Carrie was a waitress and student that was an absolute delight. Just one of those people that energizes every room they walk into. Playing a human light domain Lathander cleric sent to the blood of Lathander himself. So now our story will begin as I introduce our last character, Doug. Doug was Kit's brother-in-law who worked at a local gaming store and was a self-proclaimed super nerd. One of those guys that had a habit of talking down to everyone, or at least sounding like it. When we set up for the first session, Doug was originally going to play a Goliath War domain cleric. This changed, however, when he showed up to the first session with a changeling trickery domain cleric instead, saying he'd been inspired last minute and was really into this new character. Kit was
Okay.
obviously annoyed because she had spent a lot of time weaving our characters' backstories into this new plot and now had to rearrange a bunch of stuff on the fly. She decided to work with him, however, and asked for his new character sheet, allowing us to play introductions while she looked over the information Doug had. So
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and ask you, Antonio, what first impressions do you have here for Doug, proclaimed
Okay.
to be a super nerd?
Well, alright, yeah, he's a super nerd. Okay, so what I'm gonna think here is, and correct me if I'm wrong, a little self-centered. Hear me out here, because like apparently they had this whole story they were weaving together and all this different stuff, right? And of course, at the last minute, he decides, you know what? I kind of got inspiration. I'm gonna do this instead. So now everyone has to kind of like readjust and everything because of Doug here. It's not putting a very good first impression to me of Doug here. And again, the fact too that I'm getting the feeling he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. Is what is I'm hoping that might come to
From
fruition here.
right
Yeah,
away, what he's been doing,
yeah,
yeah. I
yeah. He
mean,
thinks he's the
even with
smartest guy
him
in the
like
room.
doing the thing where he's like, "I'm gonna play a Goliath war domain," and then
Hmm.
immediately switches. He's like, "Actually, I'm gonna be a changeling trickery." I think that's kind of like okay. Like to me, I'm like, bro, it would be something kind of annoying to me if I
Yeah,
already wrote everything into it, right?
it's that. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why, like I said, self-centered thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. That self-centered part comes from that because you had people kind of working hard to kind of get this whole story put together and everything, and at the last minute, without telling anyone anything, you decided just to kind of boom, I'm gonna switch it up. Again, not talking to anyone, not telling at least the DM what you're doing, nothing. No communication. That right there is already I'm gonna say it's a yellow flag for me. It's not a red flag, but it's definitely like, bro, be a little bit more considerate of others. That's my impression so far.
Definitely a little interesting. Let me just
Hmm.
say that. The next part is just as interesting though.
Ah boy.
So our characters met on the outskirts of this war-torn land in one-size-fits-all temple that served all pilgrims, regardless of which god they worship or serve. Right
Okay.
away, Doug gives us a glimpse of what's to come as he meets Carrie's character, choosing to
Alright.
inhale deeply through his nose and tells her she smells delightfully repressed.
Wait, what? Hey, Joe, now you
No
know.
idea.
Okay, okay.
No
But I say
idea.
you know more lore than I do. Maybe you know something I don't. But yeah, I'm just like that would just be immediately right out the gate. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Antonio, somebody, if you're at the table and is like, you smell delightfully repressed. You're like, Doug, excuse me, what the fuck?
You know what, Joe? I would ask him to explain it. You know, if he's gonna be this guy, I'd be like, please explain to me what that smells like. You know, if he's gonna be this guy, I'm gonna be that guy. Fuck it.
Oh
He's
man,
good.
just make it worse
Exactly.
immediately.
Make it. You want double down at this point. Make it worse. Make it fucking. If he's gonna be this asshole, be one right back at this point. It's
Dude,
probably not a good. Guys, guys, this is not my advice here. This is me responding in the moment. Do not take this as advice. Do not do this at tables. I'm just gonna say that right now. Do not do this. Yeah. No. Joe, if I'm at a table and get time to think about it for a second, yeah, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? I'm gonna move on. If I want to be an asshole about it, yeah, I'm gonna make him like double down and tell me what he means by that. Cause yeah, I mean, I'm curious. Like, I really hope we get a reason for it. I'm not gonna say anything, but I have theories going on in my brain right now of what this is gonna come to. And I just hope it's not going down the path I think it's going down. Please, for the love of God, do not go down that path. Please, Joe, continue.
yeah, we all kind of uncomfortably laughed it off. And as I said, I was new to roleplay and kind of just chalked it up to the character's weird, not necessarily the guy, right?
Hmm.
So then we move on to Rick, who introduces himself and is met with an immediate, "Oh, just my luck. A insert racial slur for dwarf
Oh God. Okay. Yep.
from Doug."
Yep. He's going down that path. He's going down the
I was
exact path
gonna
I thought he was
say,
going
like,
to.
when it's my turn, I get called a knife-eared half-breed,
Oh
and
my
then we all
God.
just kind of look at one another, like trying to figure out what to do with this like creepy racist changeling we've literally just met, and Kit seems to be thrown off too.
So,
But we get underway, facing our first combat, in which hopefully we learn that. Oh, sorry. In which we learn that the holy people aren't really appreciated in this land, so we decide to stick together and try to find the holy MacGuffins.
Joe, can I just start off here? Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is just. I get it. This is all fantasy, right? In fantasy, this like if we're being real here in fantasy, this would happen, right? Like, it could definitely happen. But I definitely think if you're gonna play a character like that, you gotta talk to. This cannot be a last minute change thing. You gotta talk to the party
Actually, Antonio, I
beforehand.
think it is. I think it's 100% something that you can do
Ma-
right
wh-
before you enter a
When you
game.
said the repressed thing, all I could think was what. Like, I didn't want my mind to go
Yeah,
there, but
no.
yeah.
How are you gonna go up to someone and be like, "Oh yeah, you smell
Well,
repressed"?
dude,
You're
all
like,
I could think is like, I don't want to say because I'm afraid of being canceled. But man, all I could think was like, what tone is the color skin? Like, what skin tone is this character? Because that's all I could think about. Like, bro, why the fuck would you go down that path? And then he fucking confirms it with the fucking next character that comes in. What the
yeah,
fuck is wrong with you? Why?
yeah.
Why are you doing
It's a
that?
little weird. And then even it'd be like, "Well, I wonder what skin color this guy is." It's like, okay, but
Oh,
then immediately he is doing this thing where he's like proving that he's like,
yeah, yes. Like that's why I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything
I
because
don't want to
I
be.
didn't.
So you're like, what race is your character?
Well, no,
Please
I
let me
wanted to
know.
know the race of the character that he said that to because like, bro, you just could you? Oh my god, like, could you just imagine, dude? Just imagine, like, what the fuck?
It
What?
was a
It's not
human.
okay.
That
It's
was a
not fucking
human.
okay. Oh my
Carrie's
god.
played a human.
Oh my god. You just don't. I'm sorry. Just know. I like. You really have to know these people for a little bit, and you really had to
Yeah,
talk to them
yeah. So
beforehand. You cannot
okay.
just do this
So
as a
the
change.
part that gets
Just
me the
can't.
most, that makes it just
Oh my
really
god.
weird, Antonio.
I'm
I hate
listening.
to be this guy, and I think this is a really weird direction personally.
Yeah.
You're a changeling, right? He's
Right.
playing a
Right.
changeling.
Okay. Well, then what the? So hang on.
Isn't your whole thing
You're like,
changing into other
yeah. So why
beings?
would you even go down that road?
Well, I mean, even on a character standpoint, I think, like, obviously, if you're playing an RPG or a tabletop,
Yeah.
obviously don't be fucking weird like that, or
Yeah.
like, even if you have like a racist undertone or something against a certain
Well.
race,
Well.
like,
Okay.
let's
Okay.
just talk about it like this. I think the best way to do it is like Lord of the Rings
Yeah,
with the
be
dwarves
my
and the elves.
mind went exactly there. Or like an orc having an issue with the elf, something like that.
Something,
Okay.
but like I said, like just a good example
And
of it is
yeah,
the dwarves and elves from Lord of the Rings, and they did
perfect
really
example.
well with
Perfect.
it. And yet,
Yes.
at the end of the movies, spoiler, if you haven't watched it, it's been like 25 years. Anyway, so Lord of the Rings at the end when they're fighting at the war, and they look at you like, I never thought I'd be fighting next to an elf. He's like, same, it's pretty much the same thing,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
to
Joe,
humans.
if I may, Joe, if I may, I've seen the movies quite a few times. I believe the quote you're looking for here, since I am a kind of a super nerd, is I never thought I would die fighting side by side. Well, shit. I never thought I'd fight side by side with the elf. And then Legolas says, "How about side by side with a friend?" Boom. But yeah, that was Dan Helm's Deep.
But it
But
was a whole thing,
yeah, but it
and
was
it
they did
built
not
up
like
to
each
a
other.
beautiful part at the end
Yes.
where it's like,
Yes.
okay, like they kind of came together and they
Yes.
became friends and
Oh,
they
definitely.
did what
And
they were supposed to do. And it's like that, I think, is the best way to go about it. And
and
I can understand the reason to want something like that.
but you
Like,
have to talk to the
there
part.
has exactly,
You
you
have to
have to talk to
communicate.
people about
You
it because,
have
like,
to
if you
talk to them.
don't, you just look like a racist asshole playing the game,
Yes.
and then you're like,
Yes.
there's no, you don't just like come back from that.
No, you like. I'm sorry. No, at that point, I'm just like Mike. I'm just probably not interacting with you very much. I'll still talk to the like my other two party members here. I'm not talking to you. If that's like the way to get a role play and everything like that, and kind of just be insufferable, I'm good. I'm not gonna talk to you. We're just gonna move on from you, and I'll hope like in a couple weeks you just drop the game. That's what I'm hoping for. That because like, bro, just no. Like you don't do that.
Antonio,
You just don't. Come
it's
on.
it gets worse from here. And if you
How
are
does it get
of
worse?
weak, if you are of weak stomach and
How
whatnot,
How
I'm
does
gonna
this
tell
get
you that
worse?
this episode does dive into a lot of things, not just
Yeah, Joe, there
false
should be a trigger
racism.
warning. There
This
should
is
be
why
a
I'm getting into it.
trigger
So
warning.
this is like obviously it's fictional racism,
Right,
right? We
right,
don't know if the dude's actually racist,
right.
but fictionally racism, whatever. But like it gets
It
into
just
some
makes
stuff that's
sense.
like comes with a warning of SA and whatnot.
Wait,
In
what?
case you want to hear about it and you just want to hear the story and hear us giggle and talk about how this guy's a piece of shit, keep listening. If you don't, then maybe
I'm sorry,
this
Joe.
episode's not for you.
Joe, may I stop you right there? I'm sorry. Did you just say there's an essay warning in this? I just want to make sure I heard that right.
I have to put it in right before
Jesus
we roll
Christ.
into it because
Okay, no, this might be
it's
up there with
coming.
Iris. There
It's
might.
coming, but it's
Jesus.
just I'm
Okay,
just gonna
okay.
preface it now because I know we're getting into the kind of the
Right, right.
silly realm of talking
Hmm.
about this because obviously this dude's already fucking weird and an asshole,
Just fucking a little bit, dude.
and
My
so
God.
it
Okay.
only gets worse. So if you, the viewer, want to watch us spiral and have a really bad time, please
Yeah.
go grab your juice, pause it,
Get
go
some
grab your
popcorn.
juice, get some popcorn, and come along on this ride with us.
All right.
So, fast forward to the next weird moment, and it was a couple sessions later. A
Okay.
couple
Okay.
in game weeks had gone by, and Doug had actually been absent from the previous session to this one. Though he had taken to the annoying and weird habit of referring to Carrie in game as the female. Again, just weird. We'd come to the half rebuilt town and don disguises so we wouldn't be attacked or attract attention as god worshippers. We end up in the tavern following a lead on where to find Rick's MacGuffin. We get a mission to this cave where the armor is and decide to stay the night in a tavern before heading out for it. At this point in the campaign, Carrie's cleric and mine had been flirting with one another and becoming very close. They'd spent
Okay.
the evening drinking and dancing together before the party all heads off to bed. And that's when Doug passes a note to Kit, then stuff gets weird.
Oh no, Doug, no. Come on, dude.
And
Just no.
before we get into this, I just want to say, like, a couple sessions later, that's like three, like
Yeah,
third
yeah,
session or something,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he missed,
He
like, the
missed at least
second
one.
one?
He missed one because I think it said that he missed the
And
session
then,
before. So he's missed one. He's missed one
bro,
session.
I hate that. How are you gonna be in-game racist and in-game sexist?
So he's
My thing is like, how are you gonna be all these things
no
and then
wait.
be a changeling?
Well, that's the weird part, right? Like that's why I find the strangest part is like because you're a changer. That means you can change as like anything. So like
Anything. So okay, so
it makes no
we know
sense. It
humans
just
are off
makes
the
no
table,
sense.
dwarfs are off the table.
Yeah.
We know females, the entire gender female is
Yeah.
off the table.
Well, fucking male, like all that
Oh,
shit's off
and
the
elves
table.
are off the table. So
Yes, it makes no fucking sense. Makes zero sense. I, what the fuck did this dude get inspired by? I have to know. I hope at some point we're getting some.
apparently he was inspired to create this character last minute.
Like did, was. I just I want to know. Did he watch a show? Did he watch a movie? Did he fucking go online and talk to people? Like what the fuck? Who did? What did he watch? What did he see? Who did he talk to that inspired him to make this character? Because for one, it just makes no fucking sense. What? How are you gonna be racist? All this other bullshit when your character. Technically speaking, they're a changing. They can change it to any. Like, why would they be against anyone?
Yeah,
It makes no
exactly.
sense. It makes zero fucking
Why would you
sense.
even go with the party if that's the way,
Yeah, and he doesn't fucking like these people. Why are you with them? It just
Yeah.
story from a story standpoint, it makes zero sense. Am I crazy here? I feel like I'm on crazy pills right now. Am I
Okay.
dumb?
But Antonio, remember he's of the trickery domain, which obviously, if you're a trickery domain, you're sexist and racist against everything,
Of course. How can I
and
forget?
you're able to keep your clerical powers because of this.
Right, right. No, I forgot. Loki was also these things in the Marvel universe. How
Yeah,
can I
but
forget?
he was 100% a cleric, 100%. Yeah, he is definitely a devotee to his god.
Definitely, definitely,
Look,
definitely
dude,
committed to the bit.
this to me just screams. I'm just playing my character, guys. Come on.
Oh my god, just no,
I'm
dude,
just
just
playing my
no.
character, guys. Like, it's what he would do. Of course he would be racist and sexist. I don't. Why are you upset? This is how I built the character. It's like,
At that point, that's when you take your DM aside, just be like, "Hey, yo, you need to talk to this dude. I am not gonna keep playing this game. If he's about to do what I think he's about to do, Joe, I would not want to play in the campaign with this
well,
dude
I'm gonna let
anymore."
you know
And this is a
exactly.
two-parter. This is a two-parter. That means
Yep.
this shit goes on for a while.
Yep.
This is not like a. This isn't one that we're gonna wrap up here in 30 fucking minutes.
Nope.
Like what the?
Nope.
Okay, Joe, you want? I've stalled long enough. I'm bracing myself. What the fuck comes next?
Yeah, if you haven't been with us this whole roller coaster, it's getting good. So, Kit. Okay, I guess. Roll a stealth check. Doug, 19. Now give me a second. I carefully slip into Carrie's room,
Oh god.
assuming the appearance of the grave cleric. End quote.
What the?
Me and Carrie, I beg your finest fucking pardon,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you. Thank
Doug,
you. Fucking call this dude out.
undeterred. I get undressed and gently brush against Carrie's cheek to wake her up. Carrie, getting extremely
I
uncomfortable,
can't imagine
out
why. I
of
can't fuck.
character.
Yeah, yeah. I can't fucking imagine. What the? Oh my god.
I ask him what the hell he's doing. Doug, excuse me. That's metagaming. Your character would have no reason to doubt that I'm actually the OP. Carrie, yeah. Backstory check, please, DM. Kit checks her notes and says, yeah. So, Carrie's cleric took a vow of celibacy when she was a teen. Stands to reason her and OP's cleric would have discussed that given how close they
Mm-hmm.
become. So, Doug, at this point, looks very frustrated, visibly out of character, and asks, then why'd you even let me sneak in a room? To which Kit replies, I thought you were gonna rob her, not try to
Oh my
SA
god.
her. And having decided he can make this situation somehow even more uncomfortable,
He's double. Don't. Oh,
Doug decides to
don't tell
pick
me he's
up
doubling
his
down.
D20 and says, well, I'm here now, so. And luckily, within a split second before his sentence is over, Kit says no and says, as a DM, she
Thank
is
God.
absolutely not
Thank.
going to let him
Thank you, Kit.
attempt to
Thank
SA
you,
another
Kit.
player's character.
Fucking
So
hero right
he
here.
has to do
Thank
something
you.
else.
Oh my
This is
god.
her brother in law. How fucking weird is that? That means, like,
Fucking weird, dude.
yeah,
Fucking
and
what
it's
the fuck?
weird, man. And then Carrie is looking extremely uncomfortable, out of character now, gets up from the table, says she's going to go to the bathroom. And in truth, I think she just wanted a breather after that. And Doug
Yeah,
decides to leave Carrie's room without even attempting to explain himself, reasoning that my character will be left to deal with the consequences.
dude. What? Oh my. It. Like. I. I don't. Like. I can't. I don't get the mindset. I don't get the mind.
Blows my mind.
Well,
Absolutely
it
blows my
okay, okay.
mind.
This does not help with the stereotype, by the way, that D&D, like some people use it to play out fantasies. This shit right here, this does not help that stereotype. I'm
No,
just saying, this
no,
shit
it does
right
not.
here does not help it
It
because,
does
like,
not.
like Doug, what the fuck? Yeah, this is as bad as Iris, but maybe not as bad because Iris was the DM and this is dude's just a player. And thank
Yeah.
fucking God the DM stepped in and just like, nah, we ain't doing this, dude. Because a number of times we've seen DMs just be like,
I
kind of freeze.
I
Oh
can't.
my
I
God.
cannot with the part where
What the fuck?
he's like, "Well, I'm here now." And you're like, "Abso-fucking-lutely not. Get the fuck out." Like, at that point,
She
I'm
let
not
you
kidding.
sneak in there, bro, because she didn't think you were gonna try to
The
fucking rape
moment
the
the
person.
moment that I fucking heard that
Oh
part,
my
man, I
God.
was like,
I can't. I like.
"No fucking
Yeah.
way." Like, if
Yep.
it was me at this table and I'm the DM,
He's gone. Fucking
the
bro's gone.
moment I hear this, I'm like, get the fuck
Yep.
off my table.
Yep.
Get out. If
Yep.
somebody's like, "Oh, that's your brother-in-law." I
I
don't
don't
give a
fucking
fuck.
care.
Fuck
Yeah.
off,
Yep.
weirdo. What
No,
the
no one.
hell?
Mm-mm. And
That's just like a general. We say this sometimes, but like that's just like a general human thing. Don't try to do that.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
Like. Okay, guys, we understand that sometimes you want to do some shenanigans in TTRPGs. You might want to
I
murder
get it.
hobo.
I
You,
get
you
it.
might
I get
want to
it.
do all that. That's fine. Like,
That's all
okay,
right.
it's
Those are at
annoying.
least
It's
annoying
annoying,
or
but it's okay.
easy to deal with.
Yeah, but like, bro, like this shit right here. No, there's no fucking excuse for this. Like, nah, if you had. Again, this is a two-parter, so I already fucking know this is gonna go on for a little bit. The fact that this dude is not kicked from the table at this point, the DM had like some points with me. They lost a couple. They lost a couple points because clearly this is not the end of this dude's fucking little parade here of the
My
bullshit that he's gonna be
thing is just
pulling.
like how okay, so the other part for me is like I don't want to delve too deep into it.
Yeah,
But like one of the main things that I can't like wrap my head
yeah,
around on this
yeah.
part specifically is like you've already mentioned that you don't like this party that you're walking around with.
And now you're like, oh, but I want to have sex with this person. You don't seem to like them. You're kind of
No,
racist
exactly.
towards
And I was
them.
like, why? And then it's like, okay, like this other girl and like the girl and the OP are flirting in game and like they're kind
Yeah,
of like doing their fun, having their fun, whatever. It's like
yeah.
I don't know how that gives you the impression that it's okay to do like SA stuff. It's
Now,
like
again, I don't know what the flirting was like, but I'm sorry, no fucking excuse
no
to jump to
way
like
that is
that.
like that. Like that is not
No,
just a
no.
jump. That is like a leap
Yeah,
beyond.
that's
It
fucking
goes
just going
beyond
to
the
like warp
game.
20.
Yeah, yeah, it goes beyond the game
Yep.
and leaps you into real life situations where you're like,
Yeah, yeah, have to agree. Yep.
don't do that ever
Well,
again. Yeah,
I'm sorry. At that point, I'm like, bro, do you need some therapy? Like, do you need to talk to somebody? You good over there?
bro, get on Tinder. Fuck, man,
Get
just
on Tinder, get on Grinder, hire a fucking escort. I don't know what you gotta do, bro, but
hire an escort.
you gotta do something, bro.
You
You gotta
you
do something.
you got to do something.
You
Yeah, because
bricked
that
up,
guy is
bro.
it's
Like,
it's just
what
a
the fuck,
what the
dude?
hell. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, bro, like, and I bet even the viewers listening are gonna be like, dude,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like again, and I know that we've covered a ton of these stories before. This is like I said, a
Ugh.
two-parter. There's another part to this.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. That's what
Yeah,
I'm scared of because
yes.
it wasn't like, oh, and then things wrapped up and we kicked him from the table. Like, no, that didn't happen. How that didn't happen when this dude pulled that shit is Joe. Tell you what, let's just. I need to hear what the rest of what happens here. Like, what?
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
happens. What happens next? I have to know. Like, what the fuck?
Let's move on. Having
Oh my
decided,
god.
so he did all that, and
Hmm.
sorry, morning comes, and Carrie, now back at the table,
Yep.
says, "I'd like to go ask Doug what the hell he was trying to pull last night."
Yep. Yep. That's
We
fair.
all
That's
jump
fair.
as Doug slams his hand down on the physical table. I was in the form of the original poster. Your character wouldn't know it was me at all. Carrie. DM, did Doug mention changing his clothes before sneaking into the room?
Oh shit.
No. No, he did not.
Oh
Carrie.
shit.
So, given that we've been traveling together for weeks, I'm gonna say my character would be familiar enough with your style of dress to tell the clothes you left behind last night are yours.
And they
Rick
probably
and
also know
I
they were changing.
outburst laughing, and Doug got so pissed he got up, left the
Yep.
room, and slammed the door so hard that it knocked a picture off the wall and
Bro.
seemingly cracked the seam. Believe it or not, Doug does not get better from here.
Wait,
And then they go
wait,
into
he gets worse? How do you top
they
that?
go into the original poster ends off the post here saying like if you want to know how it ends up, we'll do part two. So
How do you even top like how do you go from oh possible SA and then you're like, you know what? That wasn't enough for me. I must
Antonio,
go higher. I must
it
do
does it
more.
does get worse, and
Oh
I've read
my
the story.
god.
The second part is just
Fucking
as bad, if not
how?
worse. So
How?
I
How
just
does
want
it
to
get
say,
worse?
that's our story.
Oh my
Um,
god. I
it's insane,
I can't.
absolutely insane. It
What
blows
the
my
hell?
fucking mind that anybody is like,
I
how do you even say it? Like,
how someone's that I can't even
oblivious almost.
I don't even I can't even say this is oblivious because
I was gonna say like socially oblivious. Like,
uh,
my thing is like, okay,
well here's the thing. I can't even say it's that because here's the thing. He knows he did something wrong, right? Because he
yeah,
got mad with the moment that she was gonna confront him. So he knows he did something wrong. Or at least like
uh-huh.
that his character did something wrong. He knows it. Like he knows that was not socially acceptable. So this isn't obliviousness. Because if you're oblivious, right, you're not gonna know what the fuck you're doing. He
I guess
knows
so,
what
yeah.
he's doing. So it's like, dude, like this is just it's being a fucking perv. Like I'm sorry, guys. I don't have some deep analytical thing to this. He's just being a straight pervert at this point.
I
Like
don't think there is one to say like. I just think like for whatever fucking like if I was Kit, the DM,
yeah, he'd be gone.
I'd hate to say it, but like I would probably tell my husband
Mm-hmm.
or wife or whoever we don't know
Yep.
who they're
Yep.
married to that makes them in law.
Yep.
I would immediately tell them and be like, I don't want to be that guy, but like in game, your brother tried to say one of my characters. Does he
Yeah.
have a history of this? Is this like something he fucking does? Like, if it is, I'd be almost worried. Be like, do I need to call the police?
Right. Right. Is this gonna be like a pattern? Like what the? Oh my god! And we have a part two to this, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fucking part two to this. It's gonna get fucking. And it's gonna get worse.
It will. It will get worse
Just how? And
before we see things ends.
I'm sorry, guys. I have no advice to give. Don't be a piece of shit. How about that? That's my advice.
There is no advice to be given. I think Kit deserves all the
Oh,
praise in the world.
just
10 out of 10
yeah,
DM there.
yeah, yeah.
Fantastic way to handle it.
Hmm.
I gotta say, like, in terms of you want to see an example of a good DM dealing with a situation that is absurd, that's definitely a way to go. I think
Hundred
Kit did
percent.
beautifully. I think the way Carrie handled it definitely burned the shit out of that guy. Good
Oh, that
on
was
her. That was
yes.
perfect, magnificent.
Yep.
To be
Call
like,
the
okay, you didn't say you changed your clothes, and it's like
yep. Call these
that's a
guys.
gotcha moment, and
Call these
that's like,
fuckers out, dude. Because yeah,
uh,
that they deserve it. Call them out.
it was awesome. It was great, and I really liked that. And like I said, total respect for it. And even the guys in this situation, like,
Yeah,
let's be
they're not.
honest, Rick's a police officer. I'm
Yeah,
surprised you would do that,
in front of
knowing
the
this man's
bro.
occupation.
Okay, okay, it's fictional. No one's actually getting hurt, but the fact that this dude's doing it to be like, it's definitely a
It's a warning. It's a
this is a
warning.
red
That's
flag.
what it
It's a
is.
red flag at that point. It's like, bro, why are you doing this? I'm gonna assume I'm gonna assuming they're talking to him or fucking something because like, just 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 fucking wow, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have some great insight to provide here. Just I see again, guys. Joe knows what's gonna happen. He has some time to
There,
mentally
I
prepare for this.
will
I
say,
don't.
I
I do
will
not.
say, there is a couple of the comments on here that
Ooh, diving into comments. Okay,
do address stuff,
okay.
and
Well, hang on. Is this
like,
spoiler territory,
no,
Joe?
no,
This is a
no.
two-parter.
It's just so for part one,
Okay.
like, I think this person said it best. They say there's a subtype of RPG gamer who seems to have the idea that as long as my character does it, it is not real, even if it makes other people uncomfortable, even if it makes other people angry or upset. And if you don't like it, you are the problem.
Yeah.
You are not letting me
There we
play
go.
my character, and it is what my character would do. And I agree with that 100%
Yep.
because that is something that we've seen a ton in across all of our episodes, which you guys can check out on Spotify if you're ever interested. But then they go on to say, no, it is a game. We play
Mm-hmm.
games for fun,
Yep.
relaxation, and enjoyment. And if your character insists on interfering with that, if the fun level for everyone at the table is suffering, then you are the problem. And
Yes.
being an ass has consequences in the real world. Get the hell
Mm-hmm.
away from my table. I don't care who you are or what you are to me. Creep. And
Beautifully
so
said. Fucking
I
beautiful.
completely agree with that. It
Yep.
is the most sensible way I think they've put it. This is a good way to put it in a way without saying like don't be a fucking pedophile. It's like don't be
Well, wait, wait,
don't
wait.
be a fucking
Hang on,
sexual
Joe.
predator,
Okay, I'm
right?
about to
To
say,
like,
hang on. Is this person underage that he did this? I was about to say that's a whole new wrinkle to this bullshit. Okay, okay.
well, we know
She's
that
not right.
she's a student. They didn't say if she was in high
Oh
school or
shit!
college.
I didn't even
I
catch
didn't want to
that.
put that up. I didn't want to put that up there, but I just, but just saying
Right,
just in
right,
case.
fair enough. Fair, but,
No idea what their age
yeah,
is. We
yeah.
weren't told that, and I'm glad we weren't told that. But they
Oh
mentioned
my
student, and
god.
it kind of gave me the impression, But it's one of those
Yeah,
things where I'm
yeah.
like, it's just really well said.
Yes,
If it does affect everyone else's fun or whatnot,
you're the problem.
yeah, you're the problem. Get out. Or
Hmm.
if you're into that kind of stuff, there's other people that are too. Go find that community.
I clearly there are. We've had Tales of Osiris. We've had some fucking other things where that's happened. Clearly, there's some people who are into that. Go find these fuckers. Just
Take your slime squad and go.
Joe. Am I gonna get traumatized to the point where I'm
Yeah,
like, if someone makes a last minute change to a character, I want to know exactly what that last minute change is gonna be. I want to know how that character is gonna be interacting with the party. And if you do what this dude did from the very get go, if I'm running a game, I'm just banning you. Like, not you're out. You're done. Get out of here. Like,
it
is that
does
too
make you
much?
think. It does
Is that
make you
is that
think
too much?
about like what's going on and stuff. And especially
Yes.
there's a ton of like stories that we've covered where it's like some stuff happens.
Mm.
I'm not necessarily. I don't think it's even the character switch. To be honest,
He would have
I
been
think
that way
that
regardless.
he would have been that
Yeah,
way
that's
regardless.
fair.
You know,
That's
like
fair.
it's just the person at
Yep.
that point. But like I said, like
Ugh. Yeah,
it,
damn, dude.
it's
Fucking
that.
hell.
Yeah, but don't worry, everybody.
There's more horror.
I know that you guys love the
Ugh.
ones where we delve into the worst shit of the worst shit. And then I know you guys love to hear us do these episodes and whatnot. So I'm really excited to, again, get into these stories again and kind of give you guys some advice and stuff like that where we can. And especially if somebody's doing this, like I said, I think overall general advice for this one, if someone is being a creep or whatever like this, especially if they're being weird at the table
Hmm.
or they're showing signs of being increasingly more and more agitated, or they're more like this is what my character would do and stuff. Like, I do
Hmm.
not play with that
Yep.
as a DM. I don't care if that's what your character would do.
Yep.
Not allowed at the table. You, as a
And I'm.
DM, the best defense I would say is stand your ground, because people, they do not deal well with call outs. And I mean, it's the
Yep.
same thing like we just saw it here with the the OP, Carrie and Rick, right? They're all laughing at him because they're like, "Well, we're calling you out."
Yep.
So, they call you out and then he leaves. That's the best method, in my opinion, to getting people to leave your table like that willingly. And if things progress to the point where it's like becoming like sexual harassment and stuff like that, I suggest as a human being, if it does progress further or it does things where it's like it becomes actual abuse, please contact your local law enforcement
Seriously,
or
yeah. Don't.
someone
Yeah.
to help you,
Yeah.
because that ruins the entire. It gives tabletops a bad name.
It does. It really does. Like I
And
said, there's a stereotype around this
yeah,
shit, and that right there fucking oh my god. Like I said, the fact that there's more than one. How many stories like this have we done? Like four, five?
yeah,
Like what the hell,
a
dude?
lot more than I would like to say. But again,
Yeah.
like we mentioned a long time ago in a few other episodes that we have that are audio only,
Hmm.
um, we mentioned like that some of them have gone to police and had results.
Yep.
So don't be afraid to contact law enforcement or post an anonymous tip or something like, "Hey,
Hmm.
this person's kind of weird,"
Yeah.
like, and this is just general advice, not even saying DM advice.
Yeah. This is just,
And of
yeah,
course,
life
if you
advice.
are in a sexual abuse situation or any kind of abuse situation, please reach out to resources because there is
Hmm.
some out there for you.
Yeah.
And I take that very seriously when it comes to this stuff because it is insane and the world out there is crazy. and the world of fantasy is just as much so. And so, Antonio, I gotta say thank you, buddy, for surviving through
What
that
the
one with
hell,
me.
dude?
And don't worry,
I
viewers,
was
we'll
not
be coming
ready.
back with a part two
Oh, I was
for you
not
guys
ready.
as well. And so, yeah, Antonio, I just want to shout out Dubby.gg. Again, if you guys want to go check out their stuff, it's really good. If you guys want to go check out the Patreon for more stuff, of course, go and do that. It's really awesome of you guys. We've had a ton of support lately. I'm really happy for everything that's been going on, and I'm really happy with everything that I've seen from the love and support we get from our new visual model stuff. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you guys for all your kind words. Thank you for following us. And again, I gotta say, until next time, Antonio.
Stay dastardly and don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, definitely. See you again next time,
uh,
guys.